Payday feels like progress. Your account balance jumps. There's relief, maybe even a small sense of control again. And then, quietly, almost predictably, it disappears. Not all at once, not recklessly, just systematically. Bills, small purchases, I deserve this, a few transfers, a few taps, and within days, sometimes hours, you're back to where you started, waiting for the next reset. Most people explain this as a discipline problem. It isn't. Payday is not when you gain financial ground. It's when the system extracts the most from you. The common belief is simple. If I were better with money, payday would help me move forward. That assumption is flawed because it treats money as a static resource and behavior as a conscious choice. In reality, both are dynamic. What actually happens on payday is this. Your liquidity spikes. You suddenly have cash available. Your perceived wealth increases. You feel richer than you are. And your decision thresholds drop. Spending feels easier to justify at the exact same moment. This isn't neutral. It creates a high-risk behavioral window, a short period where your financial decisions are least rational and most influenced. And importantly, this window is not accidental. It's predictable, it's measurable, and it's quietly built into how modern financial and consumer systems operate. Start with a simple question. Who gains the most when millions of people experience a temporary surge in liquidity at the same time? The answer isn't abstract. It's structured.
Consumer platforms, e-commerce, food delivery, ride-hailing, optimize for moments of high spending probability. Payday is one of those moments. You'll notice subtle shifts, more promotions, more limited time offers, more reminders of things you saved or browsed earlier. These aren't random, they're timed. Then there's short-term credit systems, buy now, pay later services, overdraft features, quick access loans. They don't just extend your purchasing power, they extend it precisely when your resistance is lowest. And finally, recurring billing systems, subscriptions, rent cycles, loan repayments. These are often aligned with income timing, not for your convenience, but for collection certainty. The system is structured around one principle: capture money when it is most available and when the user is least resistant. Payday is where those two conditions overlap. Now layer in human behavior, because the system doesn't work unless it aligns with how you think. First, mental accounting. You don't treat all money the same. Money received on payday feels like new money, separate from what came before, even if most of it is already committed. So instead of thinking, this is allocated, you think, this is available. That small shift changes everything. Second, present bias. The value of money is distorted by time. Immediate rewards, food, experiences, upgrades, feel disproportionately valuable compared to future stability. On payday, this bias intensifies because the cost is abstract, like I just got paid, and the reward is immediate. Third, liquidity illusion. Your bank balance is not your wealth, but your brain treats it like it is. A higher number creates a temporary sense of financial safety, even if upcoming obligations haven't been accounted for. So decisions get made based on visible cash, not true position. Fourth, reward substitution. Getting paid feels like progress, even when nothing is actually improved. You exchanged time for money. That's not wealth creation, but psychologically it registers as achievement, and the brain seeks to celebrate achievement. So spending becomes the reward for earning. This isn't about occasional overspending. It creates structural effects over time. If spending decisions happen first, savings becomes what's left, which means it's inconsistent. and inconsistency compounds into stagnation. Each increase in earnings is absorbed by spending patterns formed during these high liquidity windows. So income grows, but surplus doesn't. This is why many people feel financially stuck even as they earn more, because money exits quickly after entering. Your financial stability becomes tied to the next inflow. You're not building a buffer, you're maintaining a cycle, which increases fragility. Delay in income, an unexpected expense, there's no margin. None of this requires extreme behavior. It emerges from normal, repeated interactions with a system that is optimized for extraction during specific moments. The mistake most people make is trying to fix this with better decisions. That approach assumes the problem is choice. It's not. It's timing and structure. If the highest risk moment is immediately after you get paid, then relying on discipline during that moment is strategically weak. A more accurate model is this: money is most vulnerable the moment it arrives. So the question becomes, what happens to your money before you have a chance to act on it? Not after. This shifts the focus from behavior to pre-commitment. Instead of deciding what to do with money when it's visible, you define where it goes before it feels available. Because once it feels available, the system and your biases are already active. Payday feels like control, but it's actually exposure, a predictable window where your perception is distorted, your resistance is lowered, and multiple systems are competing for your money at once. Most people respond by trying to be more disciplined inside that window, but the window itself is the problem, not because earning money is flawed, but because of what happens immediately after. If you don't control that moment, something else will, and it already knows exactly when to act.